Let's solve this for x. So our goal is to isolate the variable and find the value. All right, so the first one, we have grouping symbol here. Grouping symbol. So these grouping symbol, we need to get rid of them first by using distributive property. But there's nothing, which means there's one multiply. So 1 times by 1 doesn't do much. So you can just get rid of the grouping symbol. Minus 10 plus x plus 10 is equal to 180. And now we have like term 2x and 1x. You're going to combine them. So what is 2x plus 1x? This is 3x because there is 1 is hiding here. Copy. And 2x plus 3x plus 3x. And now we have, okay, so now we have negative 10 and positive 10. What is negative 10 plus positive 10? Those are opposites, so it's 0. So it's equal to 180. So now x is equal to what? 60. Because you divide it by 3, divide it by 3. We're going to talk about classifying triangles using angles and using sides. So the first thing you need to do is we're going to classify triangles by angles. There are many different kinds of triangle here. So the first one is acute triangle. Acute triangle has all acute angles. So all three angles here, they are acute angles. Acute angles means acute is the angles are less than 90 degree. So all angles are less than 90 degrees. And the next one, we have obtuse triangle. Obtuse triangle, there's only one obtuse angle. Anyone remember the meaning of obtuse? Obtuse, there's one obtuse angle here. Obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree, 90, and less than 180 degree. Copy. So you can say the obtuse angle is greater than 90 and less than 180. Copy both. And we have the next triangle is we have right triangle. Right triangle has one right angle. How many little square? How many red little square here? We have one little square, means 90 degree here. And I really need you to think about if it's possible to have 290 degree in one triangle. I need you to think about it. And the next one is when all angles are same, then you call them equiangular triangle. So equi means equal. Everyone knows this, right? Equi means equal. Angular means like angle. So we have three congruent. We talked about this fancy word, congruent angles. And now we're going to classify triangles by sides. So congruent sides have the same length. We already talked about congruent means, so this means equal. So congruent sides have the same length, same measures. So when when all sides are different, it's called scalene. Scalene triangle, there's no congruent sides. And when you have two congruent sides, when you have two, you have at least two congruent sides. Then it's called isosceles. Be careful with the spelling. No spelling error. Isosceles. Isosceles. And when you have three congruent sides, it's called equilateral. Equilateral. You guys remember this term, equilateral triangle. So you should be able to classify triangles by angles and sides, both. Classify the triangles. So the first one, you have to classify by side and angle. So by side, we have two congruent sides. So it's isosceles triangle. By angle, we have 45, 45, and 90. We have 190, so it's right triangle. So it's isosceles right triangle. What about the next one? By sides, we have three congruent sides, so it's equilateral. And by angle, they have all same angles, so equiangular. I need you to do 6, 7, and 9 right now. I'll give you a couple of minutes, and we're going to go over this together. Let's go over this together. So the number 6, I'll actually give you the answers. I need you to check your work, and let's move on. All right, there's 3 more questions. It's going to be your homework. All right, so now we're going to talk about the sum of the angle measures of a triangle. So this is very important. All right, the sum of the angle measures of a triangle. So like, how many angles do we have, by the way? We have 3, X and Y and Z. All 3 of them, when you add them together, it is going to be 180. So if you remember this, and you can solve any questions in this topic. So let's practice with the example. All right, so we have 3 angles. Always triangle has 3 angles. So, but now we know 28 and 50. And we don't know this angle, right? So, and we need to find this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the definition. So I'm going to add 28, 50, and X, because I know that the sum is going to be 180, right? When you add all them together. So let's just solve this for X, because we know how to solve multi-step equation. So let's add this together, which is 78. X is equal to 180 minus 78 minus 78, and will be gone. So X is equal to, what is it? 2 and 7, so it's going to be 102. So X is going to be 102. And what about B? We have 45 and X, and what is it? What is the angle here? It's 90. So 45 and 90 and X, that's the same thing. So add these together, which is 135, and X is equal to 180. So minus 135, we know how to isolate X. So it's going to be X is equal to 45. So we get this 2 answers. If you know the definition, then you are good to go. All right, I need you to do these 3 questions by yourself. I need you to show your work by writing equation and showing work to isolate the variable. All right, now I'm going to give you the answer for this. If you don't have it, copy it down.